So what led me to teaching is that I recognized as I was growing up the power of literacy, of being able to see yourself represented in a text, as well as to learn about the lives of other people represented in text as well. And so for me, education is a means of pursuing social justice.
As you go through each day, you have to learn to be flexible, you have to learn to adapt. So that was something I learned from my classroom. I learned to be a communicator because I can talk, but then you have to be able to communicate your needs exactly and precisely to make sure your students understand you.
I believe that every student should feel seen and heard and believed in the classroom. When you're managing 25 children at a time, in my case, I'm lucky enough to teach all 600 students in my school each day, and meeting every one of those needs, it can be a lot. And it is really important that we really see our children for who they are.
So what led me to teaching was the discovery of how can you make the biggest difference in the world. A teacher gets 30 chances every time they start a class to change the world. That's an insane amount of chances to change the world. And so that alone drives me to teach, to continue to be a better educator.
In my classroom, I really focus on having a discussion-based classroom with an intentional focus on the development of non-cognitive skills. Those non-cognitive skills include grit, a growth mindset, resilience, curiosity, kindness, and really teaching students the idea of self-control. And so I have always shared with students that I am so interested and invested in hearing what they think. I studied, I went to school, I know what I think, I want to hear what they think, how they're grappling with the critical issues of the 21st century.
And so when I took the inventory, teaching was what came up. And I had children in the CMS school system, so I knew then, okay, that's how you give back. You end up in a classroom doing the best that you can for somebody else's child. So that's actually how I became a teacher.
My approach to teaching is definitely to be authentic and to be joyful. I don't try to pretend to be anybody that I'm not. I'm a little bit overly energetic, and I think if students can see the real you and all of your passions, from reading to musicals to sports, and if you bring joy into your classroom every day, they are going to respond their energy in the same way.
I always wanted to be a teacher. I used to set my stuffed animals up when I was a kid on my bed and pass out papers to them like I was a teacher. But really it was because I had teachers that were amazingly creative, made school fun for me, and there was structure in my day, and I love that.
I think teaching has been something I've been around for many years. My parents were educators their entire lives. They taught and went to a school in Nigeria, West Africa, and so I grew up around it. And I never always, when I was a kid, thought I would be something else maybe, like many kids do, but teaching really started to come out of me in high school. I really enjoyed my teachers that I had. I had really, really good teachers, and that led to say, hey, maybe this is something I can do.